Welcome everybody. Today we got a good one for you. I know a lot of you out there still think it's impossible to have a legit gaming PC for under $500, but we're going to do that today. We're going to have a good graphics card on it, a 6-core, 12-thread processor, and NVMe memory. Come check it out. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for watching. Welcome. It's Juan from BlueprintPC here. Like I said, we're going to do a gaming PC build today for under $500, which I know you've probably seen a lot of these, but ours is going to be a little bit different today. We're going to show you a few case mods here, which I did explain a little bit more detail in the case review that I did. So if you didn't see that, watch that. You'll know what I'm doing here in the process. It's also going to have NVMe storage, 6-core, 12-thread CPU, and a decent graphics card that's actually worth playing games on today still in 2019. So, without further ado, let's get into the parts we're putting in this sucker. So, right down there in the little blue box is an Arctic static pressure fan. Again, that's going to be more detailed into the PC case review that I did for this one. Ballistix 2666 megahertz memory. We're going to do 8 gigs total, which is still a good amount for gaming today. These were $22.99 each. The fan was $8.99 for everybody who's keeping track. The Inland NVMe, this is a 3100 read, 1900 write, 512 gigabyte M.2 NVMe as hard drive. Right down here you'll see the Powercolor, that's the Radeon RX 570. And well, you know what that is, that's your graphics card, and that's gonna be pretty decent here. That should do everything we need to do for a little while here until we're ready to upgrade later down the road. Over here on the other side is the PowerSpec 650 watt semi-modular power supply. This was $54.99. In that same price bracket, you can opt for a lower wattage EVGA or Corsair if that's the style you want to go with, or if it's just a brand you prefer and trust. This PowerSpec is the Microcenter in-house brand. I'm giving that a shot, and we're going to see how well that works. Motherboard here is the B450 Aorus M motherboard from Gigabyte. Good motherboard. I did another video on this review for this motherboard. Check that out if you have any further questions or theories or conundrums in regards to that. That was also $54.99. I did get $30 off of that when I bought the processor at the same time. But keep that in mind, even with that additional $30, we're still going to be under $500. So we'll get back into that. The Ryzen 5 1600. 6-core, 12 threads, $79, $79.99. That again was at Microcenter. This is actually, I believe, the current price too that's showing on Newegg. So you can order it anywhere you're at in the country. Depending on where it's coming from, you may or may not pay tax on it, so that'll negate shipping and go from there. But so then we also have our PC case, the DIYPC F2-P. That was another $29.99. So all that added up puts you at $459.91. Now, on top of that here, you add that $30 more on for this if you pay full retail price for this, which you can still find this on sale even without that bonus for buying the processor at the same time for $74.99. So that still takes it down, but we're going with the $84.99. So that will put us at $489.91. Then I'm also going to rob a case fan from one of my other towers here that I'm not using, and so you can tack a generic case fan price on there for $5. Call that a day. Bada bing, bada boom. You're at $494.91. You're still under $500. So that's everything you need for that. I do have a few extra things I'm doing to this one here, just to make it a little bit better. And that kind of gets broken down again in that case build video. So that's going to be PCIe slot covers that are filtered. Something you may need depending on if you are adding additional fans, which is the fan header splitter. And then I did opt to buy RGB header extension cables, so that way I can cable manage a little bit better. And that's it. That's for things if you want to add on. So depending on where you go, I bought bulk packs, so it's a little bit more, but you can buy smaller versions of all these for like $5 a piece. I just bought more because I may need more down the line. Tools wise, simple stuff. Flashlight, you're gonna need a flashlight. Electrical tape, you never know. 2 cutters, one small wire cutter, which again comes down to one of the mods I talked about doing in this case. So you'll see when I kind of show you that one. And a large pair here, which again comes down to another mod that I'm doing on this case. Which again, you don't have to do these mods. They aren't going to change performance or anything of that necessarily. So it's just something I'm doing because I want to do it. It's partially aesthetics. It's mostly aesthetics, actually, what I'm doing this for. And maybe a little bit of performance difference, but we'll find out. Couple screwdrivers and one magnetic one that may fly up and hit you in the face or come close to hitting your face if you decide to use that. Couple kniffs. These are safe, so that way I won't throw one in my face. Opening packages, cutting zip ties, whatever you may need. Big old pack of zip ties. You will need these. A lot of motherboards do come with them. Some of the lower ends don't. So if your motherboard did or did not come with zip ties, get yourself a bag of extra ones. When you go to cable man and stuff, this is going to help you out big time. And especially you too, you're going to want extras because you're going to do something, you're going to route it, and you're going to realize either the cable's not long enough or you could do it better, and you're going to be going through them. So I mean, it's more work to actually try to save a zip tie than just to cut it and replace it. I have a small bit socket set here for the standoffs and another ratcheting screwdriver with bit set. So a lot of various drivers and bits and things of that nature because you're going to come across a lot of different screws on these typically. Yeah. So that's all you need along with the parts, and we'll start getting around to building this guy. All right, everybody. Well, for all the people out there who've actually watched, like maybe 4 of you who've actually watched other videos of mine, you're gonna see, like I said, some repeat information here for this case, and you'll know that I actually already installed the processor and the cooler on the motherboard that I'm using here. I did another video to show you guys how to install an AM4 socket processor. So again, if you need to know how to do that, check out that video. Outside of that, we're gonna start moving along. All right, guys, as you can see, we're kind of in the new studio thing. It's still being worked on, but it's in the process. So obviously this is taking a lot longer to complete than I had originally intended. But the computer has actually been up and running for a while now, and originally, as stated before, it was for my wife to try and get her into PC gaming. In that time period, she has started playing games on PC and started to kind of find the joy in it a little bit. Along with that, I also ended up buying her an Oculus Rift S, which I'll do a review on here in a little while. But she plays it on this. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the mods that did work, some of the ones that didn't work. One of the first ones that did work, obviously, was I was able to remove the front hard drive cage that was in there. It had the drawer, one drawer in the extra slot to try and mount another hard drive in. I got that removed. I did have to drill it out, trying to just snip it out. Didn't quite work, so I had to drill it and pull it out, which I did cut out of the video because I didn't want to bore you guys with that. I did remove the Molex connectors that was on the fans for this one. Again, a lot of these I did talk about in the case review for this case. This is the DIYPC F2. And then the PCIe slot filter covers, that's really not too much of a mod. I just pulled the old ones out, put the new ones in. Pretty quick, plain simple, nothing too crazy there. Outside of that, that was essentially it. The one thing that didn't really work was I was not able to fit a full-size fan up top there. I'm going to later on buy a slimline fan and try to see if I can squeeze that in there and see if that'll get it to work. And the only reason why I really didn't fix, it looks like it should fit, was essentially just the motherboard was too tall, and then with the cable management I tried to run over top of it. Didn't quite fit there. But so let's go ahead and let's talk about the actual system itself and how it performs. Alright guys, so thank you for hanging out this long. I'll try to keep it as quick as possible so that way you can go back to doing whatever else you want to do. That's probably more entertaining than watching me. So pros for the case. Well, the case, but the PC itself. Pretty much most of it, honestly. The hard drive has been great. The NVMe Inland Brand 1 has performed very well. The whole system boots up in like 10 seconds without any issues. Which I think is, again, is part of a testament to the processor. It's a first-gen Ryzen 5 1600. So if you're not worried about having a status symbol and having a Ryzen 3000 or whatever, that works brilliantly without any issue. The graphics card itself has performed very well for 1080p gaming for 120 bucks. Newegg and Amazon still have other RX 570s for 130 to 140. But they are coming down again even on those prices, so if you don't have a Microcenter nearby, 130, 40 through Amazon or Newegg, it's still pretty damn good for an RX 570, and for how well they perform, you're not going to beat that price-wise. Power supply's been good, no issues to that. The only problem I really have with it is the actual cables themselves aesthetically. Not performance, just aesthetically, because they are ketchup and mustard cables, which you probably saw a little bit in the B-roll. And even the ones that are solid black are not the greatest ones. I mean, they function fine, but they just don't look good. It's strictly that. They just don't look good. So, motherboard, RAM, all that's been great. No issues. And again, it's been put through its paces with Oculus Rift and all the gaming that's been done, running Discord and everything else at the same time, so no issues there. If I had to upgrade something in the next couple days, the only things I'd really actually look at would be bringing it up to 16 gigs of RAM. There's only 8 gigs of RAM in here. And the reason why I would do that is strictly because a lot of newer games are requiring a minimum of 8 gigs. And some of them are coming out with 16 gigs as their minimum spec, which is crazy. But that's become the new standard. It's going to be the new norm. So keep that in mind, guys. And then at some point, the video card. Not that there's anything wrong with it, just more power is always nice. So if I did step up, going banging for the buck wise, I'd probably get a 580 or 590 because those are starting to get under $200. So for an RX 590 for under 200, you're getting great performance. You're going to end up jumping up to a 1660 Ti to be kind of in the same performance bracket, but you're going to be spending $100 more. So, but guys, watch the benchmarks, check those out, look at those performance numbers. You make your decision for yourself. I'll include all the links for this in the description below for the ones I can find on Amazon for you guys if you are interested in these parts. Outside of that, please hit that like and subscribe button on the way out, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.